Hey everyone, Julia from Sunday Sounds here. In this video, we're going to take a look at our song-specific patch designed in the style of the song you see on the screen. I'm going to demonstrate this song patch in its original key and at its original tempo. You can change the key you play or hear the song patch in by using Easy Transpose, and you can change the tempo as well. Details on how to adjust both the key and the tempo are included in your download. For this video, I'll be demonstrating the MainStage version of this song-specific patch. If you purchase the Ableton Live version, you'll be able to use this video to follow along just the same, seeing as the hand positions, song sections, layer ranges, and sound of the patch are the same. In MainStage, you'll use your mod wheel to move through the various song sections. In Ableton, you'll use the macro knob labeled Song Section. Be sure to check out the full demo video for this song patch to see all the parts and sections in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song. This patch has pads, strings, bass, and arps all triggered in the left-hand range, which stretches from here up to here. When the song section control is all the way down, there is a harp sound from here all the way up the rest of the keys. And then there's pad sounds down in the lowest octave of the left-hand range. When the song section control is at 2/3 or above, you start to hear more of the other sounds, such as strings and arps. And as you increase the song section control all the way up, you'll hear even more. There's a pad sound in this middle octave of the keyboard, where you can play most of your chords throughout the song. And that range is from here to here. There's also a bell sound up high where you will play some lead lines. You'll start the song with the song section control all the way down for your intro. At 1/3 will be your down verse and the outro. At 2/3 will be the turnaround, medium verse, and the refrain. And all the way up will be the big refrain. And remember that whether you're in MainStage or Ableton Live, these positions are the same. For the intro, you'll have the song section control all the way down. There are several parts to this intro, so we'll break it down part by part. For the first part, you're going to play a long arpeggio all the way down the keys, playing only the notes in the one chord of your key, like this. In order to play this part accurately, what I like to do is position my hands in the position that I'm going to play the notes and practice just playing the chords, and repeat that all the way down the keys, like this. And you will want to cross over your right hand to play that bottom note, unless you want to extend your left hand to play that bottom note with your pinky. But I find it easier to cross over my right hand. So once you practice that slowly several times, you can practice by arpeggiating one hand and playing the chord in the left hand. And vice versa. And then once you get comfortable with it, you can play it slowly, fully arpeggiated, and speed it up to sound like this. And that's how you play the first part of the intro. For the second part, you're going to start your arpeggio down here on the 5th note of your key, and play only the notes in the 5 chord all the way up to this upper 5th note, like this. Now you will want to cross your left hand over your right hand for this part, and you can practice that by doing the same thing as we did in the first part, by playing the chords. And once you get comfortable with that, break it down note by note. And that's the second part. For the third part of the intro, you'll start by playing a few notes right here in the middle range with your left hand, sounding like this. Then, right after you play that final note, you'll play a long arpeggio all the way down the keys and back up. And this one will be pretty quick. So here's how I like to play this one. I'll position my hands in the same position, and then simply cross over my right hand to the left and bring it back up. Here's what it sounds like slowly. Now check it out, these are only the notes of your 1 chord again, but you're going to play 4 notes with each hand for the top notes, and then 3 notes when you cross your right hand over, back to 4 notes. Here it is again. So here's the third part altogether. Then after you play the third part, you're going to drop your left hand down to play the 1 note of your key in the lowest octave of your left hand, and then slowly increase the song section control up to 1/3, preparing for the verse, like this. So here's the entire intro all together. For the down verse, you'll have the song section control at 1/3, and you'll just play single notes in the lowest octave of your left hand range. Your right hand won't do anything. For your medium verse, you'll have the song section control at 2/3. You're still going to play single notes in the low octave of your left hand, and this time there will be an ARP sound that comes in. And then your right hand will play chords in this middle range of the keyboard. And remember, that range is just from here up to here. So here's how I like to voice those chords. The third time you play the verse, it will be a down verse. So you'll have your song section control at 1/3. You're going to play single notes in the low octave of your left hand, and this time I like to play the pad chords in my right hand, but you can choose to not play those if you'd like. And I voice these chords the same way as in the previous verse. At the very end of this verse, the last line is repeated as a tag. On the last note of the verse, which is the 5 of your key, you'll drop out a little early and increase the song section control all the way up to prepare for the next section. Just be sure to watch the demo to see how we do that. For the turnaround, you'll have the song section control at 2/3. You'll play octaves in your left hand and a lead line up high in your right hand. Here's what that lead line sounds like. And you'll repeat that 2 times through. So altogether, it'll sound like this. The second time you play the turnaround, it will be the exact same. And directly after that turnaround, there's another turnaround, but some like to refer to it as the refrain, because the vocals come in. So we'll call it the refrain. For this refrain, you'll just play everything the exact same way as the turnaround. Then, after the final verse, the refrain comes back. For this big refrain, you'll have the song section control all the way up. You'll play octaves in your left hand and the same lead line in your right hand. This time, it will be 2 times through the refrain, twice as long. Then at the very end of the song is the outro. For this part, you'll bring the song section control back down to 1/3. You'll play single notes in the high octave of your left hand and chords in your right hand. And these chords you can voice the same way as before. Then for the very last note of the song, I like to hold out the 1 chord of my key and decrease the song section control while letting go of my pedal, like this. Be sure to check out the demo to see how we move the song section control throughout the entire song. Song-specific patches work best in the Sunday Keys template for MainStage and Ableton Live. Sunday Keys gives you all the sounds and tools you need to play live worship keys, and all of our song-specific patches integrate seamlessly with Sunday Keys. You can learn all about Sunday Keys for MainStage and Ableton Live on our website. Thanks for checking out this song-specific patch. I'm Julia with Sunday Sounds, and I'll see you next time.